Our featured guest today is Greg Sweetser, Executive Director of Ski Maine Association.
Inside Maine Business with Kim Lindloff and Steve Wallace is Maine's only business show hosted by Maine business leaders. Lindloff and Wallace know firsthand what it takes to bring business to Maine and what goes on behind the headlines of Maine's biggest business stories. Inside Maine Business will bring you the movers and shakers of Maine's business world. From banking, investment, real estate development, and tourism to Maine's most successful companies, Inside Maine Business will bring you the answers you need about Maine business.
You've heard it all before. Come locate your business in our region. At Mid-Maine, we've got a different message. We say, come visit the Waterville region and let us show you a great place to live, work, and play. You'll find we offer a diversified economy, progressive business climate, and an outstanding lifestyle. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you what we offer. It's easy to arrange a visit. Just a quick stop at the Mid-Maine Chamber of Commerce website will get you started.
Welcome to Inside Maine Tourism. With me today is Vaughn Stinson, as always. And Vaughn, we have a great guest with us today, and we're going to talk skiing in Maine. Imagine that.
I can't agree with you more. I've worked with this gentleman for almost 13 years now. He's exciting, he's dynamic, he's the leader. When you've got a ski question on anything in Maine, be it equipment I've talked to him about, I've personally skied with him. He's very, very patient. He's got the patience of Job, I'd like to say. So I think our guests are really going to be excited today in meeting Greg Sweetser, Executive Director of the Ski Maine Association.
I'm ready to hear about skiing in Maine. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Turn your unwanted gold and jewelry into instant cash. Maine Gold and Silver wants to buy your gold and jewelry no matter what its condition. Gold is gold, and that means cash in your pocket. Don't trust your valuable gold to some unknown buyer via mail. Bring it to us and talk with our buyer face to face. It's the fastest, safest, most reliable way to convert your gold into instant cash. Maine Gold and Silver, making our customers friends for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Inside Maine Business Special Tourism Edition. And with us today, our special guest from Ski Maine Association, Greg Sweetser. Greg, thanks for being on the show with us.
Great to be here.
Tell us a little bit about Ski Maine.
Ski Maine Association, we are the trade association representing the alpine ski areas, the traditional downhill skiing, and the cross-country centers across the state of Maine. And we're located from the tip of the state in Fort Kent all the way down to South Berwick. And we have 20 alpine ski areas and 20 Nordic centers. And most people are surprised when they look at our map and they see that there are 20 ski areas around the state because they're familiar always with a handful of them. But what really makes our state unique is the the wide spectrum that we have, and it's very close to many communities across the state.
Yeah.
Greg, it's very interesting from the tourism aspect what your segment of the industry brings to our state. And talking earlier on the show with Inside Maine Business, we were talking about that and the fact that most of our major ski areas are all snowmaking ready to go, whether we have, I know the natural snow is the best thing to go, but that's a huge capital investment, I believe, to have snowmaking available.
Absolutely. Skiing started in the state of Maine in 1936 at Jockey Cap in Freiburg. And the snow trains went from Portland to Freiburg, and it was a way to stimulate winter economic business for these communities. Unfortunately, the winters of 37 and the winters of 38 were virtually snowless. So big snow years, low snow years is no difference to us. It's been around for many, many years. But over the years, to mitigate that problem, snowmaking has really become the standard. In fact, even our small ski areas, Lonesome Pine up in Fort Kent, Spruce Mountain in Jay, Titcomb Mountain in Farmington, all have snowmaking. Everybody's familiar with the Sunday River, one of the most powerful snowmaking systems in the world. And it's no lie, they make a ton of snow 24 hours a day, and it really has helped stabilize the winter economy.
We may have a viewer or two out there that doesn't know the difference in Nordic and downhill. Could you maybe just touch on that quickly?
Well, the cross-country skiing is the typical human-powered out for a walk in the field is sort of the the typical vision a lot of people have. But we represent the Nordic centers that actually spend a lot of time preparing their trail networks, grooming their trails in the wintertime. Our centers all have a central place to meet, to warm up, get a hot chocolate, and there are trail fees associated with virtually all of the Nordic centers. And I'd like to tell people that, you know, when you pay a trail fee, you really are doing a lot to help sustain the open space in that community.
Yeah, that's great.
It really is. You know, and you brought up a great question. You know, when I initially came to Maine back in 1992, it was, oh, you're going to go to Maine and there's going to be some great skiing. And in my mind, it was all downhill skiing. But, you know, that industry, the Nordic skiing, the cross-country skiing, I'm amazed at the passionate people that are out there that are cross-country skiing, and actually how good a shape it gets you into also. And then it breeds sports like biathlons. What's that all about?
Well, the biathlon, you know, Maine is host to 2 back-to-back World Cup events, which is pretty much unprecedented. I don't think there's any state in the country that has hosted 2 World Cup events. So the biathlon is the combination of rifle marksmanship and cross-country skiing. And the event on the first weekend of February is held at the Presque Isle Nordic Heritage Center, and the second weekend of February is held at the Fort Kent 10th Mountain Division Center. Huge popularity in Europe, and Maine, being where we're located in the time zones, will be broadcasting a lot of these competitions live to the European audience. Estimates as many as 120 million viewers are going to be watching the biathlon World Cups here in the state of Maine. And to get that many viewers is a huge coup for any state, and for winter tourism, this is huge. Whether or not it's going to drive, you know, thousands of Europeans to come to Maine to ski may or may not happen, but Maine is going to be in the discussion and on the front pages of Europe, and Maine is gaining more European visitors all the time. Mostly at our, you know, the big resorts, the Sunday River Sugarloaves, but also Aroostook County is right smack center on the map.
Wow.
Well, as we know, these things all go viral, is the saying out there nowadays. And I mean, all that type of exposure makes people just go in and type in the word Maine, everything comes up. So you're right, it is a huge impact on the industry. I think one of the other things is that I've been very impressed with, and I've skied a little bit out west, but more in New England than I have out west. We've got very modern equipment. I mean, we're up to standard here, I think, with the places, and I'm not a world-class skier by any means, but we're up to standard, I believe, with what other resorts have to offer.
Maine certainly is world-renowned. I mean, we've had Olympic skiers on the downhill teams for years. You know, Sunday River has the most modern, called a chondola, which is a combination gondola and chairlift. The amenities that are available at the ski areas now rival anywhere in the world. So you can come to our major destination resorts, you know, Sugarloaf, Saddleback, and Sunday River, and spend a week or 2 weeks and have all kinds of things to do, from skiing to cross-country skiing to spas and health clubs. And then we have our great core areas, the Shawnee Peak, Lost Valley, that they're close to the population centers, offer night skiing in addition to day skiing, so there's, you know, 10, 12 hours of skiing every day. And we provide a huge economic boost to the inland regions of Maine during the winter months. And again, we're a $300 million industry, similar to snowmobiling, less than summer tourism, but a very, very strategic and important cog of rural Maine's economy.
Yeah, I absolutely. You know, I live in Auburn, and so Lost Valley is right down the road, and I've got friends from the mid-coast that every Friday they're bringing their families up there, and that's family event to do that nighttime skiing. You know, very important stuff, because at the same time, they're stopping and buying gas along the way, you know, stopping at a local restaurant, you know, on their way home. Maybe they see a special store that, you know, they're going to buy that special something for somebody. So it really helps to the all-around economy by people going to these different population centers like you're talking about.
Well, we're going to take a break here in just a few minutes, but one of the things I want to touch on when we come back is the customer service in your industry. I'm one of those folks that's not real graceful when I've been out there, and I've always been really been very pleased with how great the folks are on the lifts. When I fall down, that they don't laugh at me, and they always help me get up. And there's a big segment of customer training that I think is an interesting story from your side of the industry. Stay with us, folks. We're going to be back in just a very few minutes for Inside Maine Tourism.
Fresh snow, fresh air, and incredible scenery awaits you in the Kennebec and Moose River valleys this winter. Enjoy an endless number of high-quality groomed snowmobile trails and places to stay. If you like winter fishing, you'll find world-class ice fishing in the Kennebec Valley. In addition to art and antique galleries and a wide array of restaurants to suit every palate. Visit us soon at www.kennebecvalley.org to download or request our travel guide and create your winter memories in the Kennebec and Moose River valleys today.
And we're back on Inside Maine Tourism. Again, I'm here with Vaughn and Greg, and we're talking about skiing in Maine. And Vaughn, just before we went on the break, you gave us that image of you flipping head over heels on the snow and some of these great customer service individuals in the ski industry helping us out.
It's not real pretty, Steve, I'll be honest with you, but I have been impressed by that because my whole background, the airline industry, was all about customer service. And I think that's one of the things I noticed right away. When I get there and slip and fall as I'm trying to get into the seat to get up, much less when I offload, I've always been impressed by the fact that nobody says, look at the old guy laying over there in the snowbank, where they're always quick to help you. Are you doing all right? Have a great time. Don't let it bother you. Tell me a little bit about the customer service aspect of where your industry is, Greg.
Well, obviously, we are in the people business. You know, it's a great business to be in. It's been my entire career, and it's just been a blast because we deal with people that want to come out and have a good time. And they want to have a good time sliding down a mountain. So there are a lot of factors in play there. You know, it can be cold, it can be snowy. So what we do is spend a lot of time with our staffs making sure that they understand that people are here on their vacation. They're spending money to come and enjoy our facilities and enjoy the views and enjoy everything that's there. And the more people learn about the sport and the more they improve their skill level, the more they enjoy it. So there's a tremendous effort on introducing new people to the sport because that's the growth area of our sport. We need people to get involved.
I know in attending some of your meetings over the past few years that snowboarding has become very big. I'm not interested in getting into snowboarding. I'll tell you that right up front. Those guys don't have anything to worry about there. But it's fascinating to me. And of course, when Mr. Kerry was thinking about making the run for the presidency, we saw him on a snowboard quite a bit. So I guess it's not something that's confined to just younger folks. It is something that a lot of folks can get into. You
know, snowboarding, when it came in over a decade ago, gave kind of a new, refreshing image to the sport. You know, I think a lot of kids don't necessarily like to do what their parents do. And skiing had become quite a mature sport, and I think kids were looking for something different than what their parents did. And the snowboarding offered a real alternative lifestyle experience on skis. What has happened is in the state of Maine, pretty much across the country, snowboarding accounts for 20 to 25% of the market. It has never really penetrated to the point where some of the snowboard enthusiasts thought snowboarding would be 80% of the market. But the big thing that it did, it changed some of the construction of the ski equipment so that today's skis are shorter because they are very, like the snowboard, they're able to carve a very sharp turn with a lot of stability. The other great thing that it has done is that it created kind of like skateboard parks on the mountains. We see a lot of these terrain parks, we call it, rails, boxes, jumps that are constructed so that the kids have elements to play on. They have a little playground to do, and a huge benefit that has been is for our community areas across the state of Maine. Powder House Hill in South Berwick is 100 vertical feet. Lost Valley isn't that big. Spruce Mountain. They all now have little terrain parks in them, and the kids can come and play, and you don't need an awful lot of vertical. So you don't need a big mountain to have a great terrain park. In fact, we've partnered with the city of Portland, and at Payson Park, we have the Payson Hill Terrain Park in downtown Portland, where we have 4 or 5 elements. The kids are there snowboarding and doing freestyle maneuvers on their skis. They're hiking up the hill, coming down, hiking up and down. It's great exercise. It's great for the kids. It's getting them outdoors, and it's been a real boon to the small community areas.
You know, I say, you know, and I'm going to pull back from the ski piece a little bit and put my chamber hat back on.